Welcome back. We are talking now about another pattern, and it's the chaos pattern. And it's really about business owners that create a lot of frantic energy around them. There's a lot of chaos, a lot of frantic energy, and a lot of the time with different business owners that I've seen this in with clients, they create what I like to call a whirlwind. We were just having a conversation about it before this recording the video, and I was just talking about one of my clients in particular, and this client of mine particularly has this chaos pattern, and I was explaining it and saying it's like they run around the business, and it's like they run around with like a headless chook, like they're constantly darting back and forth in their business. And one of the things about them darting back and forth is that they've got different things on at different times, and they're multitasking, but they never actually complete anything. That's one of the I guess the traits of the chaotic pattern is not finishing anything, so it's constantly chaos everywhere.
So yeah,
yes.
just so that means then that they take on too much. That
Yes,
they've got too many projects
absolutely.
going at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that because
absolutely.
for people watching, you want to look for the signs. So what are the signs? But so that's one. That's a person who takes on too much.
Yeah, and one of the other signs with both of the clients is they don't have a plan and they don't strategize anything. And a lot of the time, if they do have a plan, it's up in their mind. They'll never actually write it down. And I was just actually saying as well, in another thing that they don't write down any to-do lists, and with their projects, they don't effectively plan them. And what that means is that they're up in their head, and we all know here, if you don't write it down and you don't have a plan for something and it's constantly in your head, that's chaos, because you're constantly flicking back between what you need to do and how long it's going to take and what you need to do next. So you're constantly toing and froing between different things, whereas so that they're constantly creating things around them that don't need to be created. So with the clients that I've had, it was all about planning and strategizing, writing things down and creating a calmer working environment, because not only was it affecting them, but it was affecting everybody around them and their family when they got home at night.
Yeah, interesting, because that aspect, like I'm even thinking about it from a personality style perspective. And so there's certain personality styles that naturally gravitate towards operating that way. And I'm thinking a couple of our key clients that we all know, especially you, Georgina, where you can just see that based on their profile as a trailblazer and a high amount of trailblazer and motivator, that they fall into that category. Weakness in planning, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But there's something about this particular, a couple of these clients that I'm thinking about, and this is probably going to take me to something I want to talk about, where there's a part of them that loves that chaos. They thrive in that chaos. They thrive on it. And again, it's almost like the drama queen, when we talked about the drama queen, where, you know, I look at drama queens and go, well, why do you want all that drama in your life? Well, why do you want to have all these problems with people? But when you understand drama queens, you understand there's an addictive pattern. That's when they feel alive. That's just natural and normal to them. I'm not alive without having this experience that gets me righteous and upset and or rescuing and whatever have you. That's the natural addiction for that personality, because it feels normal for them. So with this chaos aspect, even someone I'm thinking about these clients, is that this part that loves that, they thrive in that they actually look for the hit of that, which we're going to deepen into and talk about. I'm thinking about a client that you and I know really well, Georgina, from many, many years ago. It's a woman, and she's very smart, very intelligent, actually really switched on human being. I'll just quickly tell you about her personality. She's the type of person that likes to live on the edge. So a person that likes to live on the edge, again, there's no right or wrong in this. I mean, I have an aspect of this particular pattern, but you want adrenaline, you want excitement. Where, say, some people seek comfort, you don't want comfort. You want it to be a bit edgy and challenging. And she's really like that, isn't she, Georgina?
She certainly is, yes.
And I'm not going to go into everything, but in all sorts of ways, you could just see she just likes to live on the edge. Now, she would bring that into her business. And so, same thing. She's living on the edge and there's chaos. And on the unconscious level, she's going, I feel alive, I feel alive, I feel alive. Up here, she's going, I wish I could get off this train ride. And it's important to understand that we have conflict within selves where she could say, I would like this to be more peaceful, but unconsciously she's setting it up because she loves the drama. The drama's not about people, it's about the drama of being on the edge. Dangerous thing to bring into business because business should be a planned event that's carefully thought out and then executed based on a plan. And so if the unconscious addiction's to drama, you're without you even knowing it, you're going to start doing exactly those things that Gabrielle talked about. There'll be no plan in place. You'll be winging it. You won't be double checking. You get what you really want. Drama. How exciting. This is exciting. By the way, my suggestion to this client was go and spend more time outside of your business doing edgy things. Georgina will probably talk about me because she understands I have this. What do I do, Georgina?
Yeah, well, Perry goes out and plays footy or goes and surfs or goes on adventure holidays or does other things to help give him that edge.
Yeah, because if you...
that edge.
Yeah, probably important to say, and I'm speaking here because I understand this. Don't know, Georgina, it's a part of something that as a pattern that I understand. The underlying pattern is you're looking for a kick. You're looking for a kick. And so if you don't have that out there, you're a type of person that you'll have a lot of energy too. If you're that type of person, you'll have a lot of energy. People would perceive you as intense. If that energy, so coming back to what Georgina said, if I go and play rugby, I did that for years until I was 44, or I'd go and surf or do these things that are a bit exciting and challenging, so that when I come back to business, that energy's been dealt with. If it's not been dealt with outside of the business, it's going to come up in the business. And I can feel it. It's like that. I'm like, that energy hasn't been dealt with. And that's going to lead to chaos and drama.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to say about this pattern as well, Perry, is that, and I'm just going to divert just a little bit, we have a couple of different kind of business owners. We have technician business owners who really enjoy doing what they're doing and they go into business so that they continue to do it. And then there's also more entrepreneurial business owners that are always looking for opportunities. So there's this tendency in people who are more of the latter, so the real entrepreneurial people, because they're always looking for opportunities. So there's always something to grab their attention, and this could be it, and maybe we can try that, and let's have this as a backup. And so a technician business owner might not have that tendency, where in a really what I would call a true entrepreneurial business owner who's always looking for ways to create other streams of income in their business are going to have this tendency more often because they're constantly looking for these opportunities, and that those opportunities provide excitement, potential for new things, new strategies, profit. They're very, very enticing.
Yeah, interesting, Georgina, because I hadn't actually thought about that. You're probably right. So what you're basically saying is a high proportion of entrepreneurs or people that are attracted to being entrepreneurs will likely have an aspect of this pattern because by their very nature, they're people that are seeking things outside of the safety of the norm.
Yeah, so, they would thrive. I would use the term, they would thrive on chaos. Yep. Thrive in chaos, wherein the technician, those business owners who are more technician oriented, and by that I mean they're there to provide a service or products, but it's usually a one-on-one experience with them, and they start to move into the entrepreneur and getting that leverage and having other people work with them. But in general terms, they're more the technician side that wouldn't be pulled into this pattern as easily as the entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting what you're talking about. I just want to quickly say, because it's probably important, based on what Georgina said, but the functional aspect, there's a functional aspect to it. Because I think you're right, a lot of entrepreneurial people could have a tendency for this pattern. When you're creating something new, or you're breaking down the old to create something new, someone that can cause chaos and hop into the unknown would be considered functional and a benefit. Okay, because at that point, business growth requires that you're in the unknown. That's a bit edgy. You're trying new things. Wherein it becomes dysfunctional is when that becomes an unconscious habit or constant state of the business.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything else to add, Gab, before we finish this?
No, that's great.
Yep. Hope everyone got a lot from that. So that's the end of the chaos pattern. Thank you.